Back. Let's go.
Okay,
It's another band. All the Muslim cars now, which I bag it up. I thought my card with a sweet one bliss. Someone flicks me a bag it up. So, it's another one. It's another one, yeah. It's a full strand, yeah. Oh, it's another one. It's another one, yeah.
Good evening, guys, and welcome to iBoxingHub. This is the Crossroads Boxing Podcast. You with myself, CJ Spate, and my main man Eric. Got Rico here. He's hanging about for 2 minutes, I think.
I'll be here.
You'll be here?
Yeah.
It's your old show.
I'm a huge fan of your show.
Well, thank you very much, brother. I appreciate that. We've come off a hot weekend of boxing. We've got another weekend of good boxing to come. Got a lot to talk about tonight. We'll just shoot to our sponsor, D-Rock Clothing. Thank you. Howdy, guys. How are we getting on?
All right, how we doing? Rico?
Good. Rico, you busy, pal?
Rico, our special guest tonight.
Oh, mate, I'm flattered. Thank you guys for inviting me. You know, you sent me a special invitation that was so nice and worded. You know, it choked me up a bit, so I had to.
No, tell a lie. You missed the show and you wanted to join us.
I kind of like Yorkshire. I don't know why, but something about this feels right.
Has anyone else told me it's not Shire? Have you not done that yet, Eric?
You'll get to realize that at some point you just can't correct Rico because he does it on purpose. So you sort of just like, I hear it normally in my head when he says it. I don't hear the undertones.
That explains a lot.
The undertones, what he puts with it. I don't hear it anymore.
Do you know what it is, CJ? A lot of people don't take me seriously. I don't know why. For me personally, I have no idea. But hopefully, I can change. Gosh darn it, I can change that perception of people. So yeah, great to be here. Great to be here.
Thank you for.
Yeah, this week. Well, we might as well start with Yorkshire just to annoy Rico a bit more. We've had we've had the GBM card announced. Terry Arthur headlining the Echo Arena for a world title defense. You've got a lot of local lads on that card. Reese Mould. You've got Maxi Hughes. You've got Jimmy Johnson.
Maxi.
There's a lot of local lads on there. So obviously, CJ, you are somewhat in the vicinity of that card, being in that gym. What do you make of it?
Brilliant card. Really exciting. It's really exciting to have something like that in Doncaster for a start. Obviously, us being northern lads, you can always appreciate it a little bit more. Gone are the days now with Josh Warrington headlining Leeds. I'm not saying he's retired fully, but you know what I mean. Them big nights, they were absolutely magic. Really looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to seeing Terry perform, and hopefully that's going to lead us down the line to a potential Dubois fight. All depending, she comes past Bo Mi Ri Shin this weekend.
How long have you been practicing that for?
I've got it written down and I've been.
Wait, what was that? What was that? Japanese?
Yeah, Hong Sun Wai. I've been learning a little bit for it. No, she's Korean, man. She's Korean. Come on.
Nah, it is a good card, especially for us up here. We will be covering.
Can you say konnichiwa?
Konnichiwa.
Nah, I ain't saying that, by the way.
Can you imagine Eric saying that shit? Konnichiwa.
Real northern twang on it. Konnichiwa.
Definitely not. No,
I
obviously.
can't believe CJ is more cultured, man. This is mad. I love this.
I'm trying to speak here. Is this how you feel? Is this how you feel?
I'm sorry, man. I never even came here to troll, man. I never came here to troll. I came here to chill with two genius minds, Eric and my guy CJ out here. We're trying to pronounce things that we've never pronounced here, guys. So please stay tuned and retweet and share.
Yeah. Big up Trey in the chat.
Big up Trey.
Yeah, the Doncaster card, sorry. For Terry, she needs a performance. Obviously, who she's in there with, she's expected to win. I think the performance in this fight, it really builds up to that Caroline Dubois fight. Hopefully that can be made after this, after Caroline defends against who is she defending against? I can't remember. It is Bowman.
CJ knows, man. CJ's my spirit animal out there, bro.
Yeah, that's the one.
I think
shout out to the Dubois family. Hallowed be their name.
Yeah, shout out to Caroline, by the way, my first ever interview. So
shout out to Sweet Caroline. Although I am fully Team Harper Caroline, I've got to say that. But going on what you said then, Eric, I think a lot of pressure's on Terry. I think there's a lot more pressure on Terry than there is on Caroline going into her fight tomorrow. Like you said, she's expected to beat Zimmerman, and everyone will be watching to say, is she too past it? You know, is Caroline going to walk through her? So she has got to pull out a good performance against Zimmerman.
Yeah, Rico.
Now, do you know what it is, you lot, man? Yeah, I'm not good at multitasking. This is why I'm single, young, 23-year-old, man. I'm just not good at these things.
23.
What was the question? What do you mean? Why did you repeat that? What?
Next question.
Nah, he got the numbers wrong way around, CJ. He's dyslexic. He got them wrong way around.
Eric. Okay, I'm trying to be a better person in life, so I'm going to carry on and ask CJ, please, can you repeat that question in a dialect that we can all understand?
Are you 23, Rico?
So about the Harper fight, yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, man. I think it's I honestly I love to see Terry Harper fight. You know, I think it's unfortunate, and I'm going to say something slightly alluding. All right, because when she lost to Alicia Baumgardner, now I'm me. I don't simp for anything, bro. Yeah, take that how you will. Eric, Eric. Now, I'm legit out here in these streets. Yeah, I look at boxing ability only, except when you have talent like Ringos, for example. Shout out to them. Now, Alicia Baumgardner, what she did to Terry Harper that time, allegedly, it's a bit dodgy, isn't it? A little bit.
Stays with you. It absolutely stays with you in your career. It was a devastating stoppage. Just to pluck one out of my head, like Ruiz doing it to Joshua. You know what I mean? They are the losses that do stick with you.
Now, use another example. Don't use that one. Have you got another example?
The Dubois Joshua one is lines up because it was.
All right, can we use anything else apart from Joshua? There's loads of fighters out there.
It's that one shot that lands, and when it hurts you, you stay hurt. There's nothing you can do about it.
Eric's better at name calling. Eric, who was the lad when Warrington was down south at first time? He got knocked out on that matchroom card?
The Mexican.
Is it like
Yeah,
Lara.
Lara.
devastating? That's probably even better kickouts because it wasn't expected.
Yes, bro.
Changed his career. Absolutely changed his career.
Michael
They are
Conlon.
losses.
Michael Conlon.
Yeah.
Michael Conlon versus Lee Wood. That one, I think that stayed with him. I think that sort of his career since then hasn't been great. You know what I mean? So yeah, you're right. Those sort of shots, those sort of stoppages as well. It does stay with you, especially you can get PTSD getting hit by a shot. And
shout out to my guy Tavin, bro.
But Terry's come back since then. What she's done since then, even losing to the Sandy Ryan fight, which I always I thought that fight Terry shouldn't have been in there with Sandy. Sandy's way too big.
She won't be that as simple as it is.
Well, to be honest with you, I was watching it with my missus, and when Terry was walking out, I just looked and I said to her, I was like, I can't see this going far. It looks to me like she shouldn't be in there with her. The size difference, I think Sandy's ability as well at that weight, as well as weight. It was difficult, but yeah, again, Terry's proven that she can bounce back. She should bounce back against Zimmerman. I can't even say that name. That's too
Zimmerman.
Zimmerman. Yeah.
Zimmer.
This is why I love this show.
No, you're right, mate. You're absolutely right.
She's bounced back well. I'm looking forward to that fight. Maxie Hughes versus Archie Sharp. That's a great fight. Archie Sharp finally moving up. I think it's about time. I think he wasted a lot of his career staying down at 130 trying to get big fights. Because I'm sure he was like number one at the WBO for how long when Shakur was champion. I'm sure it was when Shakur was champion at 126.
I think it was, yeah.
Or 130, something like that. Yeah, 126, I think. But he's moved up. I think that fight with Maxie is a great fight. I think Maxie's experience versus, I think Archie Sharp's a really, really good boxer. But he just hasn't been able to show it. He hasn't been able to get the high profile fights to really show it either. I do think Max's experience probably takes him over the line. I think he's been in there with much higher competition. He's learned a lot from that. You can see from his last fight, even the Kambosos fight, which I thought he won. You could see how much he's improved as a boxer, and he somewhat believes in himself. He believes he belongs at that level now.
That's exactly what he's believing in himself. He's Indian summer. He's got better as his career's gone on, and a lot of people didn't think he was gonna. I mean, I've been to 2 of his Martin J. Ward fights. And there were times where you're thinking, how far is Maxie going to go? To now think what he's doing. I mean, I thought he won in America as well, truthfully. So I would like to see him carry on. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think for Maxie, I think getting past Archie Sharp, I think if Matchroom can get Padley some fights, quick turnaround fights, I think that could be a fight where Matchroom might try and do it again in Doncaster, or even on a GBM show, just to give Padley the hometown sort of feel as well. Yeah. Because for me, Paddy's obviously going up in his career. He's quite young in his career, and Max is on the other side. So it's a perfect sort of changing of the guard sort of fight that could happen.
I think that one was definitely even in the pipeline. I didn't know it was going to be Sharp that was coming up. I did actually think there was serious talks of it being Hughes. I know there was talks of Dalton as well at some point. So we'll just have to see what's going to drop. I know Paddy's put on his socials today that is dropping anytime now. There was another fight on there as I wanted to tell you about that I'm really up for. Reece Mould and Louis Sylvester. That's an absolute cracker.
You see, Reece Mould, I know quite a bit of Reece Mould because I worked with a lot of his mates. So I went to a lot of his early fights. what he was having at Dome and stuff like that. So I know a bit about Rees-Mogg. I don't know much about the opponent.
Lewis
tell us a bit more.
Lewis is managed from our gym. He's absolutely brilliant. He's from Hull. The Thrill from Gypsyville. I think he's got the best name going as well. I think Lewis was 14-0 going into his fight with Noakes, Sam Noakes.
Sam Noakes, right.
And Sam actually was a lot heavier getting in the ring. I think he missed weigh-in and was over, and the fight still went on. So as far as I'm aware, I do think it was just size really that was that stoppage. And then he's come back and had another 2 wins, and a bit of a step up for him for Rees-Mogg, I think. So we should be able to see how far Sylvester's going to go in his career. Obviously, I think we all know what Rees can do. I think he's been quite unlucky at times in his career. He's always give it 110%. I mean, losing to Gary Cully, Ryan Walsh, there's no feats in that at domestic level. You know what I mean?
No.
They're really tough fights. It'll be a real cracker, that fight.
Who else? We've got Jimmy Joe Flint on that card as well.
Jimmy Joe. Shout out Jimmy Joe.
Shout out to Jimmy Joe.
I know in the North, how come there's a lot of these like names like Jimmy Joe and Roly Poly and
Gypsies?
Is that
Jimmy Joe?
A lot of them are gypsies.
Nah, I hear that, and shout out to all my gypsy brethren out there, man. I'm 5% gypsy on my mom's side, so that's gang. That's
some of the stuff you quality.
This is real.
Honestly, CJ, you need to get on the spaces. That's what you need to get on. That's where it's worse. You need to get on the spaces.
Yeah, CJ, man, they blackballed me from my own spaces, bro. I'm not allowed to speak, bro. This is why I like to come on Eric's show and just I
tell you the fight, Eric, that is really exciting to me. I'm a massive fan and pusher of women's boxing. Tycee Gallagher versus Eb Jones. That is a right fight. That is a really, really good fight. That's for the British Commonwealth titles as well.
Is this on this card as well?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely can't wait to see that.
Well, it's a card where both of us will be in attendance, no doubt. I'm guessing you're going to be in attendance with Team Harper.
There's a few of us on as well.
And a few of us. I'll be there covering for iBoxingHub. Obviously, we'll catch up there at some point when you've got a spare minute. Moving on. I think that was Rico's favourite saying now.
Sorry, mate. Go on. I cut you off then.
No.
What was my favorite? Wait, you lot are copy. Luckily, I'm on your show, innit? Because you're copywriting the hell out of me right now.
No, we're gonna move on anyway. Let's move on.
Yeah, good.
We're moving on. So I'm going to move straight on. If you want to talk about any other fights on this card, CJ, we can do. But the main one is obviously Paddy Donovan versus Lewis Crocker. The controversial ending, just the refereeing decisions in the fight itself. Obviously, Paddy getting DQ'd for a shot after the bell. Also having points taken off for headbutts throughout the fight. I think he had 2 points taken off, if I'm not mistaken.
2 points off, yeah.
What did you make of the fight itself, firstly, and then the refereeing decisions, the headbutts, the disqualification?
I was gutted tonight. I was trying my best to get on one of my friends on the show, Jack Goodwin, who has been a really high-quality amateur referee, and he's also now one of the main referees in your Misfits boxing. I couldn't quite get hold of him in time. That's my bad. I would love to get him on the show.
Now we can definitely do an interview with him at any time. Anyway, we'll do a recorded interview with him at any time. So that'd be good. We'll get that sorted.
I felt like the refereeing throughout was very suspect. I also thought as well, Crocker's eye was actually too bad to continue at some stages. Like he could not see through his eye, and the main point of that is if you cannot see, that you've got to stop the bout. I didn't understand that first and foremost. And at the stoppage, as Donovan's landed the shot, which was then after the bell, the referee Marcus McDonald is too far away. As the clacker goes, I've been in boxing a long time throughout my life. I've done my judging as an amateur. I've always been told when that clacker goes, you have got to get as close to the fighters as you can to pull away, to push apart, anything like that. For Marcus McDonald to be so far away, and then that blow's already landed, you're already at. I'm losing my words there. He's already too far away to make anything happen in that fight.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I think if you watch, I've seen slow-mos of it and whatnot. When you're in that ring, you're in an arena where the bell goes, there's still an echo as well. You know what I mean? There's still that thing of when you are winding up a shot, you're there to get him out of there. It's the referee's job to protect the fighter, and I think the referee throughout the fight, even with the headbutts, the way he was refereeing that fight was in favor of Crocker, because he never once warned Crocker about his head, even though he was coming over his front foot quite a lot. It only seemed the way that it was Paddy initiating, because Paddy was the one moving his head from side to side as he pivoted. But Crocker was consistently just going with his head forward over his front foot whilst covering up. And I think the points deductions was harsh. I also think the disqualification, he took the points deduction into consideration when he did the disqualification, because Crocker got up before. Obviously, Crocker got up, and the referee had sent Paddy to the neutral corner, and we was waiting for him to see if Crocker can continue. But he instantly waved it off, which is strange to me, because when Crocker got dropped, when he stood up, he had one eye closed. He couldn't see. He couldn't see out of that eye at all. His balance was completely off. For Marcus McDonald to allow him to go back out there, especially when he went back out there and you saw how he was fighting. His head was down and he was just bowling shots over the top. For me, he wasn't protecting himself or even fighting in a way to try and protect himself or win that fight in those moments. So, go on.
Can I say, do you think that was an off performance from Crocker, or do you think Paddy Donovan is just that good?
I think that fight looks the same every single time. I don't think Crocker believed in himself enough to try to do something, because everything he was trying to do was off of. He didn't let his hands go unless he knew he was tight. It was as if he was scared of the power, which he was meant to be the power puncher in that fight. So it's a bit similar to the Hamza performance. It's a really negative performance with your hands up in the high guard and not doing much. You're throwing one or two shots trying to catch the guy in between shots, but it's not, you didn't initiate anything. Your arms being up and you coming forward like that is not you initiating. You're just covering up. I think the fight was going the way of Paddy Donovan. I think he won more or less every single round. Then to drop him in that particular round, he got disqualified for. I think the referee allowing him to continue after the knockdown when his balance was gone. He couldn't see out of one eye. He clearly couldn't protect himself, especially the few seconds. Even like you said, when the clapper goes off, the referee's supposed to be closer. Crocker wasn't even throwing in a way the way he was like this. Surely the referee should have been in way closer than that to be like, you know what? You're not even defending yourself here. Especially once that went off. And he, like you said, he was so far away from the action, and to just disqualify him and Crocker using the headbutts as an excuse, even though all the cuts was done by punches.
Yeah.
The cuts was done by punches. And then to say, oh, I heard the bell and let my guard down, which you didn't.
I mean, what's the first rule of boxing, mate? Is protect yourself at all times, isn't it? So
But the thing is, the referee could
know what
see,
it is?
like, he didn't drop his guard. The shot landed as his guard was still up.
Crocker hasn't been right since he came in overweight. When I went to Ireland, shout out to all of my Irish people, man. I love Ireland so much, bro. You know, I got there at 7 a.m. and everybody was licked, finished already. I was like, wow. Respect these
guys,
people,
what does
man.
lit mean?
Nah, that's liver that you can't. Nah, their liver is we need. That's what they're using to build the wall between Mexico and America. So he's not been right. Crocker's not been right since he's come in overweight that time. Spark bro out. Looked like shit in his previous fight. He lost it, to be fair. Hasn't really acclimatized to 147 as he should be. I think he should be at 154, to be fair. Donovan, you know, that referee, bro. And this is the thing, lads. If I may, what do all referees have in common?
Is there a punchline?
This is a legitimate question. What do you guys think do they have in common?
Old as shit.
They're all old
Exactly.
mate.
They're all
Mate,
old as shit. That's what's wrong with them.
They can't even, like, bro. What are you doing at the other side of the ring when you hear the ka ka ka? And then you look at Donovan like Donovan did something wrong.
Like, literally, I don't get it. I don't get the disqualification. And to add to that, I also don't like how Donovan and his full team have reacted to this. Because
Why?
Billy Nelson coming out and saying, "Oh well, we're just going to sit and wait for our shot." You knew you didn't win that fight. Like the shamelessness.
Can I quickly shout out to Billy Nelson?
You can shout him out after.
God works hard.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, you can shout him out after. For you to sit on an interview knowing full well your fighter got away with it and to go, no, we can just sit here and wait for the IBF title. Bro, you get to an IBF title, you're going to get knocked out. From that performance of what Paddy Donovan did to you, you are not winning a world title because Paddy Donovan handled you in, 8 rounds and should have stopped you. He should have stopped you in 8 rounds. You think you can go up and fight Boots?
I love that ref, though.
It ain't happening.
I do love the ref.
Big up to Mr. Neutral. Terrible refereeing, disqualification. DQ.
I wasn't bad refereeing because you know what it is.
Zach said, I thought he was going to say about ref.
Not only was that referee in Syria when he should have been stopping the immediately once he heard that bell, he never gave a shit. And the thing is, he was in Syria looking all that distance away. The bell goes, everything. Paddy punches him. He's like, I'm going to disqualify you, bro.
He was hoping Crocker would land.
Oh, mate.
Even can I just say this as well? The commentary, I'm so disappointed in Sonny Edwards. The commentary for that fight was awful.
I'd like to hear what CJ has to say.
Honestly, the commentary on that fight, it was so biased to Crocker, it was unbelievable. Sonny was giving Crocker credit for just keeping his hands up.
The commentary was all for Crocker. I do have to back that.
It was awful.
Sonny's commentary, I've enjoyed him coming into commentating. He's very Marmite, though, isn't he? He's rubbing a lot of people up the wrong way. But then that is also what it is.
I don't know if he got to that point of he's doing so many now. He's falling into the narrative of the A side. The A side is the one we're looking at rather than looking at what the B side's doing. And I felt that
you know what he is? He's become corporate.
Yeah,
he's become what he's hated.
That's really what it felt like because
I love it. Whenever I see fight the power people become corporate, I'm like, oh mate, where's my cigar?
It's crazy because I'm watching the fight and I don't know. I don't like having the commentary on, but I have it on. If I'm on my own, I'll have it on because I like to just see if they're actually calling it down the line.
You're a bit of a weirdo.
That one, I was just watching it thinking, what, Sonny, what are you saying right now? Like, you're giving Crocker credit for getting punched up. That's all he was doing. He's like, oh, Crocker's got a tight guard, but he's just waiting. He's just waiting for
Shameless,
this big
innit?
shot. And I'm like, bro, he's been waiting for 8 rounds.
Do you know what it is, Eric? Do you know what it is? Right. Man, this is a sad day, gentlemen. And I'm going to tell you why. All
Big
right.
up, Trey.
You know, we love... Big up, Trey. We loved people. The fight the power people. The rebels, the renegades, the anti-heroes. Sonny Edwards was one of them. And then when you see him turn into what he's hated, I think it's a beautiful thing, to be honest with you.
It's disappointing because you look.
I'm not
forward to seeing a
disappointed,
bit-
and I want more to happen like that.
I look forward to, when you look forward to watching it. When Sonny was first commentating and he was calling out Darren Barker for stuff he was saying and being like, nah, this is, and you was like, okay, yeah. Now Sonny's sat there with them, they're saying what they want to say, and Sonny's just like, yeah, that's happening. I'm just going to ignore what I'm watching and I'm just going to say whatever they feel like. It's a strange one.
Unfortunately, that's how it goes for commentary, though, isn't it? They took Bellew a lot off ringside commentary, didn't they? Because he was being so like fiery, and that's what you want at the end of the day. That's what we want to appreciate as boxing fans. We want to hear, like Rico just said, calling out someone. That's what you need. It does soon spiral out because
Bellew was the only one. Bellew was the only one who actually called it out and said Marcus McDonald's performance was a joke.
How does life work, guys? Tony Bellew is calling out hypocrisy. I don't know about you lot, but I like the way humanity's going.
Big up, Trey. Thank you, brother. Bless.
Now, we will go to the title, knee or not to knee. CJ, what?
Go on, can you repeat that? Do that again.
Can I just apologize? You know what it is? You lot are usually so serious and like serious shit, and I usually do my accounting when I watch you guys, and I feel like a bad influence. I feel like a bad influence here to Yorkshire. I'd like to apologize as a staff, record label, and as a crew, man. So yeah. You know, and I bands aside, I love everything CJ and you, Eric, are doing.
Let me stop you there. Trey, this is all me. This is all me. Don't give him credit for...
That's cap. That's cap.
All me.
It's not true.
Bro,
it's not true,
the
Trey.
first thing I've succeeded at.
You tried to lie about my age on my birth certificate. I really should be more disrespectful than I have been. But I want to keep it boxing, so let's go.
Big up World Combat. But anyway, to knee or not to knee, basically.
23.
Yeah, what do you make of the knee situation? Gervonta Davis, if anybody out here who's been living under a rock in Slough somewhere who hasn't heard about...
Don't disrespect my hood, bro. I swear down. I'll calm down, right? Shout. Wow.
Right. Are we going to bring it up as the knee situation, or are we going to bring it up as the hair product situation?
Well,
all right. So there's also this.
We'll go knee first because the knee. Well, I don't know which. Which came first, the knee or the grease?
Oh, mate. This question: which came first, the egg or the chicken? Which came first, Tank or the knee?
I can't. For an absolute superstar like Tank to be saying he's got a hair product in his eye is just it's absolutely pathetic, honestly. I mean, me and Rico,
we listen. We are so handsome, bro. We are handsome as fuck. Listen, I can't lie. I look at myself sometimes. I'm like, listen, I could have shaved that shit years ago, bro. But if we look here right now, this is the moment that Tank said, "Stop counting, you stupid bastard." Okay, that's the moment. And Kenny's like, wait. I'm not gonna get my retirement. Nah. Sorry.
No, yeah, go on, CJ. What do you make of the hair product, the knee, the whole situation? To be quite honest with you,
I firstly want to say, sorry, Roach. I thought it was absolutely fantastic, and I really didn't give him much of a chance in this fight. So I do think that needs to be first said. That Roach was like outstanding the other night. Tank, me and you, Eric, we discussed this the other day on the phone. Tank can get found out when he isn't knocking someone out instantly. Tank is a bit of a boogeyman, if you like. Everyone's terrified of his power in the division, okay? As soon as he can't put you away straight away, you then start struggling. And for this to then come down to I'm going to say like a fake injury, and then, you know, he's got fucking Brill cream in his hair. It just don't wash for me, mate, at all.
Nah, the whole thing of people scared of power, nobody's scared of Tank's power. There's fighters out there that want to fight Tank. They've been wanting to fight Tank. It's his whole fan base and his team that are saying, oh no, if they get in there, they'd get cut by Tank. No, they don't deserve this fight. Oh, they don't do this. It's Tank's team and his fans that are telling people they don't want to see people against Tank. Every other fighter, Devin Haney's called him out, Shakur's called him out, Keyshawn's calling him out. There's fighters out there that's being called.
Everybody and their mom. Everybody and their mothers called out Abdul Wahid, man.
7-8 years ago, Loma wanted to fight this guy. This guy is being called out. The whole reason why he hasn't fought these fighters is for this instant. This wasn't supposed to happen against Lamont Roach. Anybody can try and wash it and go, oh, you all thought Lamont was going to get washed. This wasn't supposed to happen. This is a 130 fighter coming up to 135. They are better boxers at 135 than Lamont Roach, who was being calling him out. He's not interested in fighting those guys. So that wasn't supposed to happen. The knee thing, if you take a knee in boxing, you get counted. You get counted. I remember my first boxing fight. I had to take a knee, and I got counted.
Oh, you used to box, Eric? I didn't realize.
Yeah, so like you always get counted. I don't care for the reason. You can be tired. You're gonna get counted. What if Ryan Garcia? If the referee had just looked at Ryan Garcia when Tank had knocked him out, I looked at him and he's going, "I'm just gonna wait till you get up until you're ready, and not start counting." Because what Ryan's excuse was, oh well, I was weight drained. Like, it's a stupid excuse to say I had something in my eye when you took a jab. Like, whether it was burning or not, the reason you took the knee was because the jab landed. Because whether it was burning before the jab landed, you didn't take a knee. This wasn't just instantly burning once. Like, the jab had to land for it to start burning. Because, or else
Eric, have you ever had Eric, are you CJ, you've obviously had long hair before, right?
I've had hair before, yeah. I've never really had long hair, but yeah, I've had luscious locks, luscious golden blonde locks, may I add, at some point.
Now, Eric wouldn't know about this, so you obviously have ties towards the. Oh mate, I don't know if I can do that joke. I'm not confident.
It's it.
What? I used to have long hair, you know. What's wrong with you?
Eric, that one would have finished me. I can't lie. I wouldn't have done the show after that one. So, all right, let's stick to boxing, Eric, because you're all over the place here, mate. What do you think, Eric, about? Because you've boxed before, Eric. Have you been a boxer?
I've boxed before.
Yeah. So grease is in your eye. Now we all know that you can't even, because Tank should have been disqualified as soon as he peeked out there and said, "Bro, wipe this grease off my face."
He did it twice.
Done. It's Lamont,
by the way. He did that.
And this is what takes the piss. Now, Javante Abdul Wahid Tank Davis. One second, 2 sentences, and I'm done, Eric. He had the audacity, the gall, right, to say to Turkey, His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh, hallowed be his name, that he was going to screw fighters out there in Riyadh when bro looked at him after screwing him out of a knockdown and said, you're not going to win. Even if you kill me, you won't win. Right? Even if they took Tank out in a hospital chair, he would still get the nod by a round, I reckon. So, I don't know here, gentlemen.
What's this? Don't dare try to mesh hair when
don't dare try to mesh these hair types together when chemicals are involved. Combat, I just want to say, whether you're purple, yellow, brown, pink, whatever like that, hair gel is hair gel, my G. Yeah. So
what I do want to say is, whether it was burning or not, he took the knee.
Why does it sound so weird when you say that?
For me, the knee situation isn't even a situation. He took a knee. He should have. The problem becomes when the referee stops counting, and why he stops counting. That's the issue. Tank taking a knee. That's up to him. That's entirely
the evidence
up to
here,
him.
Eric. Right here, he told Tank told right here. Here's the evidence right there. This is Tank telling the referee, look different ways with your eyes. I don't know how you're going to do it.
But Photoshop. Whether Tank told the referee to stop counting or not, the referee
he did. This is him saying
the referee's there to officiate the bout.
I know, but he didn't do that.
If a fighter takes a knee, he should be counted. And what makes it worse is the referee starts to count, then decides to stop. For whatever reason, I don't understand why he's decided to stop counting.
Padre, that's not even nice, you know. I can't lie. To be fair, can I just quickly say, God bless Amanda Serrano. All right. We have Grease Gate and we have Gel Gate. Okay. Now, with the sacrifices that Tank and Amanda have done in terms of getting their hair done, we now can save future fighters from these type of issues, guys. It seems to me like an issue that should be highlighted. I mean, Grease and everybody wants to look good for a Saturday night, but sometimes it might not be beneficial to you.
Referees' incompetence isn't Tank's fault. I agree with you. I don't think it's.
It is Tank's fault. It is because if you look at here,
I don't blame Tank for the referee not counting. That's the referee.
Yes, I do. This is where we can blame him.
Should be counting.
I don't blame Tank.
He was. Tank told him shut up.
Tank fully played on it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
The referee is the official in there. Okay, whatever the referee says goes. That's not Tank's fault. But Tank has fully used his position, like you said at the start, Eric. His massive fan base, his massive this all around him.
CJ, he. All right. I don't know if my mic is. I need to get a new thing. So he said he was counting, and he said, "Stop counting, bruv," and that's what he did. This the moment where Kenny was like, "Wait."
Bro,
but
if I come up
what?
to you
I have to count, and Tank said no. Don't you count? And if you count, I'm gonna backflip all over your. All right. Bro. So I don't know about you lot right here, but I have photographic evidence telling he right here in this moment. If you replay it, Tank said,
"Well,
not."
Did you hear the referee? The audio of the referee. The referee says to him,
"I heard his spirit."
Like a submission. If you take a knee, it looks like a submission. So you know exactly what, like, you are telling him the rules whilst you're not implementing them. Like, literally, you're stood in front of him saying, "No, because if you take a knee, it looks like a submission. It looks like a submission." And Tank's like, "No, but I had grease in my eye." And he's like, "No, but it look, bro, you're telling him the rules, but you're not implementing them. You literally like that is incompetent."
I reckon the whole world is on crack. I reckon we're all high right now.
For me, it should be over. It should be over to the knockdown should be counted. We've got we've heard from someone who did production for that fight, who says that the video evidence of the knee was sent to the commission within 10 seconds. He said it was sent. A certain executive was there, saw that it got sent to the commission within 10 seconds. but the commissioner saying they didn't receive it or whatever. But it seems like a lot of things has gone into
This is
Roach
the
not getting
dumbest
that
shit I've
knockdown
ever
because
heard.
one, the referee starts counting, then decides to stop. Tells Tank that
No, not decide.
if you
No,
could-
say what happened. Say it out your mouth, Eric.
he decided to stop.
Tank told him to stop.
Nah, he decided to stop. Tank can tell him whatever he wants to tell him. The referee has a decision to make.
But Tank told him to stop. And he did.
And then the video evidence is there. What I don't get is how the commission didn't get it, but we saw a replay of the knee through the.
I have an answer to it because you and many people illegally were watching it. That's why you saw that.
Nah, I had
so you didn't have the you didn't have the normal filters on it.
I think it's
over the past few years. I think we've seen a lot more of it with UK boxing, but it's certainly all over the world. Judging and officiating, refereeing, there's some real terrible standards out there, and it does need to be stamped out. It's ruining the sport. If you were new to boxing and you tuned in this weekend and saw the Croc O'Donovan, you saw all that with the referee, to then tune in and see Tank and Roach and see all right, I won't give us a knockdown then. I won't account. It's embarrassing. It really is embarrassing. The judging and refereeing are two of the most simple and pure forms of the boxing. If they aren't right, nothing else matters at the minute.
Do you think
no, it is CJ. There's
where the judges are?
Say that again, sorry, buddy.
Do we need to change where the judges are? Do they need to be at ringside? Because you've been a judge, so you've judged fights. So what benefit does it give you at ringside that you can't get on a screen in a room on your own?
You do need to be at ringside, and you also, I think they need a shake-up, plain and simple. I think they really need a shake-up, and I think they need judges to be having, I don't know what you'd say, they need to be tested quite often.
Yeah, for mess.
Be tested.
Obviously, judges remind me of referees in football, that they can make any decision or whatever decision and that's it, but they get to hide and not explain the decision. And I think that's the worst thing. Like these bouts, it's in your hands. Once it gets to the final bell, the whole decision and outcome of the bout is on you. So for you to make a decision and then for the rest of the world seemingly to disagree with that decision, you to just say nothing, and there's no explanation of why you gave the breakdown of the rounds and why you gave this round to this person or whatever. Like they should be accounted for that. They should be able to be asked those questions, and they should be able to answer it. Because if you can't answer it, you shouldn't be judging.
Shout out to my mum.
Mandy's back.
She's officially our big fan. You're 100% right there. I think all referees and judges should be interviewed instantly after fights, just to give their opinion on how they've scored it like that, how they've seen it like that. Because how we're still getting fights, it can be 10 rounds different at the end of a scorecard. Is baffling, and it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like that.
I have an answer for that, TJ. And it's slightly controversial.
Okay.
All right. They're all full of shit.
Do you know what, man?
No, you froze when you said that as well. You froze, Rico.
And they've
got him.
Oh, Rico, you froze, bro.
Hey, did you see that Bakoli and Ajagba have signed for on the Canelo undercard?
Canelo, yeah. I thought that. Well, I thought the fight was completely off for a couple of days.
Oh, my bad. I zoned in and out there. Yeah. Real quick. So, the one corruption. Yeah, they tried to stop me. That's exactly why that shit just happened right there. Yeah, literally. Like, nothing's a coincidence in boxing. I'm just telling you. So basically, I gotta tell them. So they're full of shit. They are corrupt. You have to be blind or stupid not to be able to call. So how can judges who are closer than anybody, yeah, right, who have a vision, because basically people are saying, if they go to one angle, if they're based on one side of the ring, then it blocks something where they could see something else or whatever. That's why they have screens in front of them so they can see the whole shit. Yeah, so there's no excuse. I just believe that there's a lot of corruption. I believe
100%.
I know for a fact, and I can't afford lawsuits, but I'm so confident in this one. I can say it out loud and on record. I know for a fact, all of you referees, you and judges, you dirty bastards, every single one of you, I know that you are bribed. I know you're bribed. I know for a fact that you are. I have evidence on certain people getting bribed and stuff like that. However, I'm not going to do that. But all I ask is, can you guys stop screwing fighters? Because at the moment, it's not only is it embarrassing our sport, like I didn't know if we were going to be in the Olympics in 2028. How embarrassing is that?
This is it's taken away. It's screwing over fighters who deserve it as well. The underdogs, like Paddy Donovan, to go into that backyard and do what he did. Like, he silenced that crowd.
Bro,
Absolutely.
that's one of the worst things I've seen.
He silenced the crowd, and not to come away with the win when you deserved it, and for decisions what a referee's made, it's mad. And the same with Lamont Roach. Lamont Roach, nobody gave him a chance. Yeah, he performed brilliantly. Some people will say Tank underperformed, but to be quite honest with you, I saw the same thing from Tank, what he normally does. What normally happens though is late on his opponent gets very gets aware of, oh, I'm nearly done, I just don't need to get caught, and Tank reads that, and as soon as they get into that negative sort of fighting mode, that's when Tank explodes on him. Lamont Roach didn't do that. He stayed himself from, I'd say, round 3 or 4, where it started heating up, and he stayed in the pocket. Lamont did that all fight, and Tank wasn't expecting it. And when Tank did land his big shot, Lamont responded straight away with his shot. And you saw how the fight went. When Tank realized he couldn't bully him and walk him down, he started to use his feet a bit more. With Lamont walking him down. To put on a performance like that, when you're the underdog, you're fighting the star. For me, he should have won the fight anyway, regardless of the knockdown. I had it 7-5 to him, regardless of the knockdown. I think people just say,
just jumping in there, how bad is that what you've just said, that everything's stacked against him anyway? And I think you're talking shit of anybody who says that they thought Roach was going to pull off that performance against Tank.
Nah, they'd be a liar.
The referee has done that as well on top of it. What's the point then? There is no point.
I generally think it's the judge. The judges screwed him over as well as the referee. To be quite honest with you.
Do you know what it is? Let me tell you a little something. Yeah,
he won that fight. For none of the judges to give him the fight, I think that's mad. Not a single judge gave him that fight, and for me, that should be spoke about, because to give Tank, for one of the judges to give it to Tank and none of them to give Roach, it shows corruption. Because Roach, for me, and
but he told him. Listen, Eric, he said, this is what's so messed up about this. He told poor Lamont Roach, shout out to Roach, bro. We cannot be killed out here. Shout out to all the roaches out there. He told bro, and he said, you could, I might be paraphrasing here, you could nuke me, but you're not gonna win this fight, bro. Yeah. And for me, and people like me and CJ, sometimes Eric, I don't know, we like things to go normally. All right. Now, Abdul Wahid, he's been getting away with bullshit for so long. I got kicked out of an American space the other day, and I actually got like pitchforks and stuff. I said a couple of choice things about Tank, man. I did. Like I said, I don't like his backflips. I'm sorry. Not that great. he has picked up bad habits for about 5 fights now. Let's rounds go, and a roach infestation has destroyed the Tank Nation. And for me, the 1st of March is a national holiday. I've marked it in my calendar. I might name one of my youths Lamont, bro. Yeah. So, yeah, God bless him. He won't get that rematch because Javante doesn't feel it.
Do
and
you
yeah,
really
man.
think we're not going to get the rematch?
No.
What do
I
you
don't
think
think
happens with the commission? Do you think they're just going to leave it as is?
I'll
Shout to
tell you
my
what
guy
happened with
Saga.
commission.
They told
This is what
Lamont. They told Lamont, go away, bro. We don't care if you won. Who cares if you win? What is that? What is winning? That's what they said to him.
Well, if I was Lamont Roach, and if they're not going to do the rematch, go and fight Shakur. Get your money.
And God bless Shakur and his hands.
Get your money, because
his strong hands.
As much as I think that Shakur win that fight,
If he won or lost combat,
but this fight is probably the biggest fight audience-wise Shakur will get. The pressure is massive on this fight just because of what Lamont did to in the Tank fight. I think going up against Lamont right after that, now the pressure's on, and that's probably
Eric,
when you're going to see the best of Shakur.
What about?
God bless you, Lamont Roach. If you're listening to this, my next son is going to be Lamont Rico. See that? Bro.
What about?
Yeah.
Lamont, pack your bag, bring your gloves, come to Donny. Let's fight Padley in his hometown. Full camp. Let's go.
They don't. Well, CJ, we're going too deep into philosophy here. These man, they're not going to come under the lights on a cold night in wherever the hell Yorkshire is.
Oh, night in Doncaster.
Yeah, I knew that. They're not. These men don't do it. If they were, Inoue would be here fighting people. But bro is shook out here in these streets right now. So yeah, I'm waiting. I'm gonna.
Come to Selby. I'll be leisure.
He's not. Nah, don't do that. Nah, no, he's not. No, I don't know. I'm not gonna let you finish that sentence because he's not tough enough for that shit.
WCF says that they have mentioned the rematch. So, what do you think happens in the rematch? Do you think Tank comes
Loses.
out there and rights this so-called wrong? What his fan base thinks he had an off night.
No more backflips.
Or does Lamont go in there and put a stamp on that performance? What he did?
I think it's.
Or do you think it was one of them?
I think it's almost scripted that Lamont is not to beat Tank. Do you know what I mean? No matter what happens.
Not even scripted. He told him to his face. He said, "You're not going to win."
WCS saying it's like contractually in the agreement that they're going to have a rematch. I'm sorry, mate.
If Tank lost, if he lost, yes, but no one said nothing about draws.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same thing with the Fury Wilder. They both had a rematch clause, but it was voided because the first fight was a draw. That's why Fury went and signed with Bob Arum and whatever, and had 2 fights with him. So the in the contract for the rematch clause, I don't know whether it stands with the draw. Obviously, with the controversy or whatever it is, it might do. Trill says Tank stops him in the rematch. He needed this to get the fire back. Yeah,
Tank
I see that.
Nah.
No, I see what Trill's saying. Tank, he might need to get the fire back. He's been saying about retirement for all last year. He was talking about retirement. And whatnot. It might be, I don't know. Lamont might just be that fighter that's got his number, and a rematch might, and he might end up like a Wilder Fury. Because sorry, Rico. No, this is my show. If I want to do a monologue, I'm going to do a damn monologue. Leave me alone. This is my damn show. What's wrong with
I don't
you?
even know. I don't even know what he's talking about. You lot, man. This
Nah,
guy is just.
Roach might just have his number like Fury had Wilder's number. When you go into a rematch off of a draw and you were lucky to get that draw in a sense. It could be one of them. You go back in there thinking, I'm going to right that wrong with a knockout and end up losing. Like Wilder did in his whole career, ended up about Tyson Fury.
Can I do one last question to both of you? Quick, completely changing the subject, completely changing the weights, okay? Does Benavidez beat Bivol?
No. Not even if Bivol like had no legs and arms, he still would lose.
No.
Okay. What about Beterbiev? Does Benavidez beat Beterbiev?
I don't really care about that one.
He has more of a chance because Beterbiev will stand with him
because he's old.
He has more of a chance against
Zurich.
Yeah, no. You know what it is? He's Beterbs. You lot know me. I keep my ear to the ground.
I appreciate it, Trill.
And I've heard he's not wrestling young bears anymore. He's wrestling old bears. Beterbiev.
So is that a euphemism?
I think Benavidez.
Oh,
it's an easier fight. Now, Rico, this is my show. You can shake your head all you want. You're not. This is my show. This isn't Twitter Spaces where you get to mute me like last night. You kept muting me. Nah, this is my. You know what? Matter of fact, you can go on mute. Nah, you can go on mute. CJ, go on.
Yeah, just to shout out the cannon. Just seeing it. I just had the Ring Magazine app up on, and it just had up your top three like heavyweights, and I would like to see Benavidez box Bivol. I really would. I'm not saying Benavidez beats him, but I think that power coming into it, you know, not that Beterbiev didn't have power, obviously the knockout rates, but that sort of fresh, young. Does that change the fight? Maybe does that?
The thing is the power. I just at 175. I don't know if it's there. I don't know if that power is that power it was at 168. I think Bivol's boxing ability. Benavidez can't get Bivol against the ropes and just feel like he can shoe shine and unload big shots against Bivol. Bivol managed to maneuver his way around the biggest puncher at that division twice without getting knocked down. So I don't think Benavidez can beat him. I don't think Benavidez will take that fight, to be quite honest with you. I think Benavidez would like another fight before he fights Bivol. I think he'd fight Bivol. I don't think he'd fight Bivol next.
Will he fight Callum Smith?
I think he'd more likely fight Callum Smith than a Bivol.
Have you read that?
Eric, you need to find a disclaimer.
Do you know what it is, bro? I make sure all of these men sign certain type of contracts out here. Yeah, I learned from the best. Shout out to the dogs out here. No, but Eric and CJ, man, thank you guys so much for having me as a guest on your guys' show. Honestly, this is one of my favorite shows. Very proud of you, Eric, and I love everything that you guys are doing, man. And yeah, just can't wait to laugh at you guys' way of life and see where everything goes with the show. But thank you so much. I loved it, honestly. Trill, I will see you in 5 minutes. Can you sign into the thing?
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Another episode. I think it was a good chat with Rico, bringing his, I don't know what we're gonna call it, but
you think I'm an idiot, don't you? In your heart, you're like James. James thinks I'm an idiot.
Nah, this wouldn't happen if it wasn't for Rico. He's the reason why myself and CJ is doing this. He's given us an opportunity to do this, and we're enjoying it. We're enjoying ourselves, and it's good, obviously, to have you on to bring that extra little bit of
spice.
But yeah, everyone tune into Across the Way. Is it Across the Way with Rico and Trill? on next, and I'll see you next week. CJ.
See you later, boys. Thank you for having me again. And next week's number 10. So let's make it a big one.
That's so weird, man. The fact you guys have had 10 episodes and I've not had one complaint except for a YouTube strike has been pretty cool. I can't wait to see where we all go.
That's when the complaints coming after this episode.
I love you guys. I'll see you guys later.
All right, later.
Bye, guys.
It's another band. All the Muslim cars now, whichever get up. Light up my card with a sweet one bliss. Someone flicks me a back it up. So, it's another one. It's another one, yeah. It's a full strand, yeah. Oh, it's another one. It's another one, yeah.